मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा कि मैं इको पढूं फिर से या फिर एंट्रेंस की प्रिपरेशन करूं।
पूरे साल की 1.5 साल की मेहनत गई बिकॉज ऑफ सम पीपल।
CBSE मेरे लिए कोई और पेपर बनाए, मैं उसके लिए 2 बार सोचूंगा।
Lakhs of students is currently in jeopardy as the CBSE has announced that examination will be reheld again.
पुलिस भी जांच करेगी, लेकिन हम तकनीक के सहारे उसको ऐसा पुख्ता बनाएंगे कि कोई इसका लीक नहीं होगा।
Arrest the people who did this and prove to us that you're really serious. And most importantly, sack the head of the CBSE. We're watching the Urban Debate and we're now Faye D'Souza. Thank you for joining us. Students have come out into the street with their parents because of the mess that is being created by the CBSE. Our investigations by our reporter have discovered that not only did the CBSE and the Delhi police know of the paper leak when it happened, for 2 days after they received the complaint, they did nothing. They went ahead and administered the economics question paper even though they knew it had been leaked and they had time to cancel the examination. They made these students answer that paper and then cancelled it several days and asked them to retake it several days later, which is why students are angry. They've been let down, they're upset, and they want answers. Our reporter Milan is standing by with these students right now who still continue to protest. Milan, what are the students saying to you?
Well, absolutely, Faye. Students are angry, and the latest information that we have is that CBSE knew about these leaks and still did not want to take any actions. I want to just take the questions for students to respond. जैसा कि आपने सुना, and you know now, CBSE को पता था, and still they did not want to avert this problem that now students are facing.
CBSE को पता था कि पेपर लीक हो रहे हैं, पर उन्होंने अपनी इमेज ना खराब करने के लिए ये एक्शन ही नहीं लिया। अब ये CBSE के मेन मेंबर्स की फॉल्ट है कि वो एक्शन नहीं ले रहे थे। अब हमें रीटेस्ट हम क्यों दें? क्योंकि हमने हमारी पूरे साल की हार्ड वर्क को डिसरिस्पेक्ट है ये। हम नहीं देंगे दोबारा रीटेस्ट, हमें नहीं देना चाहिए।
क्या आपको भी रीटेस्ट नहीं देना है? अभी रिकंसिडरेशन कर रहे हैं मैथ्स और इकोनॉमिक्स का।
यस, ऑब्वियसली मैं नहीं चाहती कि रीटेस्ट हो। हमारे बैच के साथ ऑलरेडी इतना डिस्क्रिमिनेशन हुआ, हमारे इतने सालों के बाद बोर्ड जब री इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ, ऊपर से कोर्स लेवल भी फुल था। नेक्स्ट ईयर जो बच्चे 10th में आ रहे हैं उनके साथ कोर्स लेवल फुल नहीं है, कुछ लिमिटेड अमाउंट कट हो चुका है। तो हमारे साथ ऑलरेडी इतना डिस्क्रिमिनेशन, फिर मैथ्स का एग्जाम अगेन देना इज क्वाइट डिफिकल्ट।
मैथ्स से एक फोबिया भी होता है बच्चों को, इट्स अ प्रॉब्लम, यू हैव टू गिव द एग्जाम अगेन, बट डू यू थिंक reconducting the test still there'll be no cheating or leaking of papers in that?
Reconducting the test is not a proper solution, because the matter of fact being that the retest can also be leaked and there is no surety about what is going to happen. And now it is a fact for CBSE that they should learn from other countries, like what is happening in China, what their policies are. So, and also the politicizing of education is right now happening. So this situation should be taken in a calm way, and CBSE should react accordingly as soon as possible.
But plans have also been spoiled. Some of the kids were studying for entrances. What about that?
I was very delighted that I would go out and have parties and all, but all my expectations were shattered when I heard this news, and it was a devastating situation. I was disappointed in myself that मैंने इतना अच्छा किया, उसके बाद भी मेरे को दोबारा एग्जाम देना है। मेरे लिए थोड़ी सिचुएशन प्रॉब्लमैटिक हो गई थी।
आपके साथ भी ऐसा?
सेम, बिकॉज पेपर इस बार ये NCERT का अप्रॉक्सीमेटली बेस्ड था। अब हमारे पास कोई श्योरिटी नहीं है कि अगली बार वाला पेपर एग्जैक्टली मतलब सेम तो ऑब्वियसली नहीं होगा, बट ईजी हो, बिकॉज इस बार डिफिकल्ट हो सकता है। तो दैट्स द थिंग जो हम बहुत सफ़र करेंगे इस बारे में।
And that's exactly the problem, Faye. While students should be sitting at home preparing for entrance examinations or preparing for future tests, they are again sitting now thinking that when will the CBSE announce dates and take these examinations again, and that too without a surety of whether or not these papers will also get leaked or not. Back to you.
All right, Milan, many thanks for bringing us that report. Milan's been reporting on the ground all day with these young people who are very upset. Before we introduce our guests and start this conversation, I must apologize to our viewers for a mistake that I made last night when I said that the chairperson of the CBSE is Rajesh Kumar Chaturvedi. I picked that up according to the CBSE website. That has not been updated. Last year, in 2017, Anita Karwal took over as chairperson of the CBSE. She is currently the chairperson, and I apologize for the error that we inadvertently made. Also, I would advise the CBSE to update your website as to who your chairperson is. Let me bring in our guests today of this conversation, and we have a lot of phone lines open for young people who are upset, who want to react to what's going on. Parents I know who've been writing in on social media saying things like, my child hasn't slept for the last 1 month, been studying for his exams or her exams. The manner in which this whole thing has been treated is appalling. Arundhati Chavan is the president of the PTA United Forum. Anila Singh for the BJP. Tilak Raj Rastogi, economics teacher at J.D. Tyler School. Deepika Sharma is the principal at the Delhi Public School, Ghaziabad Society. Atishi Malana is the leader at the with the Aam Aadmi Party, the Raj Manjari, former Assistant Commissioner of Police, Mumbai. And of course, we heard the students who just spoke with us. I'm going to bring in Atishi to begin with. Atishi of the Aam Aadmi Party. We understand now that the Delhi police didn't react to complaints that it received. The CBSE didn't react to complaints that it received. And a lot of the initial warnings that were put out were treated as rumors. And this whole thing could have been avoided if the investigation had taken place at that time instead of today. What is your reaction to that?
Absolutely. I think there's 2 or 3 important points that we need to look at. First of all, this is not the first paper where there are concerns about the paper being leaked. I think for more than one paper, accountancy paper for class 12, the paper for class 10 the following day, as well as these 2 papers, there have been concerns, there have been rumors that the paper has been leaked, that it was out on WhatsApp at least a few hours before the exam. So I think number one, of course, CBSE really needs to gather its act together, tighten its security machinery. In this day and age of technology where everyone has access to mobile phones, WhatsApp, sending images, I think there is a need to rethink how we make our exam process secure, number one. Number two, but the most worrying thing is the fact that if CBSE knew that the paper had been leaked before the exam actually happened, I think that it's extremely unethical that they let the exam go ahead, let the children take the exam. If the exam had to be cancelled, the exam should have been cancelled before the children actually took the exam, because one has just added so much extra pressure onto the children for having to take one extra exam that it seems extremely unfair.
Well, we have an excellent reporter on the ground called Bhavtosh, and Bhavtosh has sent us this information. He says on the 23rd of March, Friday, Mr. Banjari, the CBSE received a fax telling them that a coaching center and 2 schools were responsible for the leakage of a CBSE exam paper. What did they do? Nothing. On the 24th of March, Saturday, they then forwarded that fax to the regional office in Delhi. The regional office forwarded the complaint to the Inspector Crime Branch. All of this took over 24 hours to do. 25th March, Sunday, what did the CBSE and the Delhi police do? Nothing. They did nothing. On the 26th of March, Monday, then the CBSE received a packet containing answers of the economics paper, 4 mobile numbers which could have received the question papers. Then the crime branch called one of those mobile numbers. It turned out to be Vicky, the owner of a coaching center whose name is in the original complaint. In the absence of any solid proof, Vicky in question was let go of. On Tuesday, even as the leakage of that 12th standard economics paper became public information, the CBSE went ahead and continued to have that exam. They held that examination. Later in the evening, the crime branch filed the first FIR. The next morning on Wednesday, the 10th standard the mathematics paper was leaked. 90 minutes later, the CBSE went ahead and held that investigation anyway. And then after that, only on the 29th, Vicky was called in for questioning. Mr. Banjari, apparently, the Delhi police needs to receive the phone numbers of the suspects before it can actually do anything. And unless the tip-off includes a phone number, they're not going to do anything.
It's a gross case of criminal negligence on the part of police official who has just treated this case in a simple manner and did not understand the seriousness of the issue. Let me tell you, CBSE is also equally responsible when they get a first letter like that on 23rd that there is something happening like this and some coaching classes have the papers. They were supposed to immediately involve and put to action the police machinery, which they have not done.
Yes.
They preferred rather to send that letter for regional office to take perhaps their permission, and then it has been routed to police, and police has also taken it just as a simple normal issue, and they have made not only delay, but I will say this is a criminal delay. It is a conspired attempt. Somewhere it is a conspiracy. You can see the frustration the students are going through, psychological, and their loss economical also. With the two parameters, economic and psychology loss sustaining with them, what a gross offense these people are committing. Just somebody say that just for the prestige of CBSE that our repo would be spoiled.
What?
This is all nonsense.
What
this
prestige?
All nonsense.
There's no prestige left in the CBSE. Arundhati ji, is there any prestige left in the CBSE?
First of all, like, the way they have reacted, the way they have behaved is ridiculous. See, once there is a complaint, simple complaint, they should take cognizance of it because it is a future of lakhs of students. But still, they were just sleeping over it. And it is like, taking permission from regional office. When there is an emergency, if you wait for the permission from regional office, then how the things will move? So it is like, there has to be some alternate arrangement during the exam, like, emergency system where things has to be taken seriously. Another thing is that, the students right from 8th standard start preparing for the exam. They are already under the stress, and with this kind of thing, they lose the faith in the system. They don't have any faith in the system. Now, these lakhs of students, they will say, okay, what is it? Like, next paper, even though they repeat the exam, we don't trust them.
Yeah.
So this trust building
how do you trust
important.
that the paper is not leaking again, that they're not going to do this all over again? How do we understand this? Anila Singh, spokesperson of the BJP, does the government not understand what our children have to go through before a board exam? Anila Singh? It's really, really unfair.
No, Faye, it is not like that. You very well understand that how Prime Minister feels for the young students, and he has launched a book also on it, that how they have to face the stress during examination and how they should write and face the examination paper as well. So we can't say this, that the Prime Minister or the BJP government doesn't feel or doesn't know that what type of stress level students have to go through.
So then why increase their stress levels in this manner?
I can't deny this
by
fact,
not
yes,
reacting to a complaint, by not actually managing this entire system properly, by not pulling up the CBSE, and we've seen the CBSE screw up repeatedly. What action has the government taken? What is the point of telling children how to handle their stress if we are going to keep adding to their stress?
Faye, I agree with you to a certain level, but at the same time, as
to a certain level, to what level do you agree with
Bharatiya Janata Party, let me complete, please. I just want to convey here that as HRD Minister, Mr. Javadekar, has told in his PC that anyone any person or a group or a gang, whoever is involved in this whole process won't be spared, and they will be nabbed and they will be given exemplary punishment. Like they have crucified the trust of CBSE, and today like we are sitting on television and whole nation is debating on it and world is seeing it. So somewhere, yes, something has gone wrong. This we shouldn't have, and today students, parents, everybody is under stress and they have to rewrite their boards.
So tell me something. Okay, fair enough. Anila Singh, I'll take your word for it. You are telling me that the minister is very serious about making sure that... One second, let me ask the question.
I think there is some sort of conspiracy as well, because if you see that how this incident has come up, and how
Who's
the
conspiring?
things have come up.
People are conspiring
I
against the
think
children
there
of
is
our
some sort
country.
of conspiracy,
Who's conspiring,
but I
Anila
can
Singh?
only hope
Who are
that
the conspirators?
Who are the conspirators?
They
Who's
want to blame
conspiring?
the other party.
When all higher appointments are made
even I am
politically,
waiting
who
for
is
the
the
This
conspirator?
is
then?
their typical answer for the question when they are in the mess.
to come out. But
You know what,
just
अनिला
the
सिंह,
pattern
मैंने
is
इस
that
डिबेट पे
when
कोई
these
ऑपोजिशन
students
वाले
are
को
going to
बिठाया
work
ही नहीं,
next
तो
year.
आप छोड़ दीजिए ना, आप ऑपोजिशन की बात मत कीजिए, आप मुझसे बात कीजिए. आपने कहा,
I
you
think,
said that the government is very serious of making sure that everyone who
is here. You could have called Samajwadi Party.
I have
and
no
the
interest
Congress
in
and
calling
others
Samajwadi
also.
Party
But
because the Samajwadi Party is not running the government
smell
of the
rat
country.
in it, as I said that I
The
feel there is a
CBSE
conspiracy.
doesn't report to the Samajwadi Party, it reports to the
I feel
government
there
of
is
the
a
day.
conspiracy because I know these students. I mean, if these students and the parents they are harried, then definitely.
Okay, Anila Singh,
they are
if you're
going to
willing to
question
listen to my
government.
question,
But
here's my
at the
question.
same
You
time,
said that the
Bharatiya
government
Janata
of the
Party
day
in the
is
center,
fully
as the
serious
government
in
is
making
taking
sure
this
that
whole
anyone
issue
who
very
leaks papers
seriously,
is brought
and
to
the
the book.
students and the
On
parents,
13th of March 2016 in Ranchi and Dhanbad, there was an alleged math paper leak of the 12th standard of CBSE. Parents claim that 14 questions were leaked out of that paper on WhatsApp. Now, remarkably similar modus operandi as to what has happened this year. Have there been any arrests? Has there been any sort of prosecution in this place? The CBSE, what it did, it refuted the claim, saying leak hi nahi hua tha. 5th March 2014, physics paper, 12th standard was leaked in Manipur. Has there been any action taken in that area? This goes on, 2011, 2006, 2004. What action have you taken on all of these cases that you want to assure us that in this particular case you will take action?
I was not able to hear exactly what you said, but I am going to repeat my words again.
No, please don't.
It is
Let me
in
ask
the
you a
same way,
question
like,
again.
Students are coming out and
repeat
many
it,
people are
nobody is
coming
going to
out
believe
and
it.
they are saying that physics paper was leaked, chemistry paper was leaked. It is somehow like, if we see, it is just like a serial bomb case. One paper is leaked out, another paper is leaked out. It never ever happened earlier.
What?
So I really
Anila Singh,
wish
please.
that
Anila
these,
Singh, Anila ji, I'm going to stop you there. There was a leak last year, there was a leak in 2014, there was a leak in 2011, there was a leak in 2006, there was a leak in 2004. The CBSE has consistency in its leaks. It has consistency in its inefficiency, and the government has consistency in its inaction. In fact, that is the most consistent part of this story. I'm going to go back to Milan here. Milan, I want you to ask the students who are with you about the fact that Anila Singh's response is that the current government is very concerned about their stress. There has been a book released by the Prime Minister on how students should manage their stress. There have been several conversations in Mann Ki Baat about how students should manage their stress. Has that helped them? Is that what the students want right now? Or do we want that the CBSE does its job, that the person who runs the CBSE is actually held accountable for the remarkable inconvenience that has been caused to these students?
Well, absolutely, Faye. These children who are giving examinations, they don't understand what a conspiracy is. And I'm going to pose this question you just asked to me. Prime Minister Modi ने मन की बात में कहा है कि स्ट्रेस मैनेज कैसे करते हैं. उन्होंने एक बुक निकाली थी, एग्जाम वॉरियर्स, स्ट्रेस मैनेज करने के लिए. इस वक्त काफ़ी जगह में हम देख रहे हैं स्टूडेंट स्ट्रेस्ड आउट हैं. बट आपका क्या कहना है पीएम से और इस पेपर लीक के ऊपर?
वेल अगर मुझसे पूछो तो पीएम से मेरा एक ही बहुत ही इजी वे है. अगर आप यही चाहते हो, अगर ये डिसाइड नहीं हो पा रहा है तो जस्ट हमारे पास दो ही तरीके हैं. या तो आप सारे सब्जेक्ट्स के री एग्ज़ाम हो जाए, या तो सब बच्चों की, जितने भी बच्चे हैं सबके पास अपना रोल नंबर अभी भी होगा और सबको याद भी है, तो आप उनकी वोटिंग करवा लो. हमें इससे इजी वे और सबसे लीनियंट वे यही है कि अगर हमें वोटिंग से पता चलता है तो हम री एग्ज़ाम दे देंगे, अगर नहीं होगा तो फिर देन.
तो आप ये कहना चाह रहे हैं कि एक वोटिंग करवाएं जिसमें जितने बच्चे रीटेस्ट देना चाहते हैं वो बताएं और जितने नहीं देना चाहते. इज दैट राइट?
यस, एक्चुअली बिल्कुल सही बात है ये, क्योंकि पेपर जो है स्टूडेंट्स नहीं देना है, तो एक बार स्टूडेंट से पूछ लेना चाहिए कि क्या ये डिसीजन सही है. मेरे हिसाब से सीबीएसई वाले अपनी गलती एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर रहे हैं. ये सीबीएसई गलती है. आज के जो ये मॉडर्न एडवांस टाइम है, जब व्हाट्सएप पे हर जगह पे पेपर आ रहा है, तो सीबीएसई वालों को भी पता ही होगा. ये तो जब लोगों ने प्रेशर डाला तो अब इन्होंने सो कॉल बना दिया है कि अब हम रीटेस्ट लेंगे, लेकिन इन लोगों को बच्चों की कंडीशन समझनी चाहिए, क्योंकि स्कूल की टेंशन, पेरेंट्स का प्रेशर, ट्यूशन्स का प्रेशर, अब हम सब भी फेडअप हो चुके हैं। तो अब कोई सीरियस एक्शन लेना चाहिए और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा ये करना चाहिए कि रीटेस्ट ना हो, क्योंकि हम सब बच्चे बहुत स्ट्रेस्ड आउट है।
और स्ट्रेस की बात करें तो ये मैथमेटिक्स क्लास 10th के लिए तो 10 साल बाद ये बोर्ड कंडक्ट कर रहे थे और ये भी ये लोग ढंग से नहीं कर पाए हैं। और भी ऐसे काफी पेपर्स हैं जो लीक हो रहे हैं, जो स्टूडेंट्स ने कहा है, पेरेंट्स ने कहा है, उस पर कोई कार्रवाई नहीं हो रही।
उस पर कार्रवाई इसलिए नहीं हो कि वो डर रहे हैं, अपनी इनकी गलती सामने आ रही है, लोग घबरा रहे हैं कि हम फंस जाएंगे, इसलिए जानबूझ के बच्चों पे बर्डन डाल रहे हैं। ये हमें फंसा रहे हैं। हमने पहले इतनी मुश्किल से पूरा साल अपने आप को रगड़ा, इतनी मेहनत करी, मैथ्स वैसे इतना मुश्किल सब्जेक्ट है, सारे जानते हैं, और उसके बाद भी हमने तैयारी करी और उसके बाद भी पेपर लीक हो गया। खाली इनकी एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, इनसे छोटी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं संभाली गई और उसके बाद ही हम पे एग्जाम डाल रहे हैं कि पूरी दिल्ली में पेपर लीक था। क्योंकि बात हुई भैया पेपर लेना है तो होगा, तो सबके लिए होगा, वरना किसी के लिए नहीं होगा। वरना हम पेपर देते, हम अभी भी एक ही चीज पे अटके पड़े हैं कि हम पेपर नहीं देंगे। पीएम जी अगर आप हमारी बात सुन रहे हैं तो प्लीज पे थोड़ा गौर फरमाइए, पेपर होगा सबके लिए, वरना किसी के लिए नहीं होगा, हम नहीं देते पेपर।
Basically, Faye, their demand is that all the papers had been leaked to some extent, and that is what is the call at this point, that they do not want to give a retest, and a retest should be done for either all papers or none. Back to you.
It's amazing how many students in our country week after week are demanding justice. There seems to have been a pattern here. Anila ji, इनके सवालों के जवाब देंगे आप पूरे? These children right now speaking directly to the Prime Minister, asking the Prime Minister now to intervene. Obviously lost faith entirely in the system of the CBSE and the system of the Delhi Police, Anila ji. So Anila can't hear my question. I'm going to go to my other guest, Deepika Sharma, Principal of Delhi Public School, Ghaziabad. Deepika ji, there has also been an accusation by the CBSE saying that the paper leak happens on the school level and not at the office level. What is your response to that?
I absolutely don't agree with it. I always feel that there would be some kind of a nexus. It doesn't happen with every school. The schools are very responsible. In fact, CBSE is our regulating body and our examination board. So maybe there could be maybe one or other school which is part of it, but I think a majority would not be part of it.
The majority would not be part of it. How they stressed are the students right now?
How would you say
yes.
the schools are doing it? Oh, they are very stressed. They are extremely unhappy. I have total empathy to what they, the kind of state they are into. They really don't know what to do. And again, maths is a problem, you know. A lot of students dread that subject. So now what has happened in school is that we are rescheduling their classes once again. Do we start on with a fresh session or do we go back and do it? But we have to reschedule their classes once again, whenever be the test, you know, whenever be the exam again. But I definitely feel that most of the schools are very responsible, and my advice to the children would be to stay connected with your schools.
And your advice to the CBSE?
Well, I am in no position to advise the CBSE, but then yes, new systems need to be devised wherein things could be more foolproof. You know, the way you give SAT exams or the GREs, there has to be a foolproof program. I mean, how can you have leaks year after year?
Yes.
This was not the first time, really. So we need to devise systems.
A better system. Tilak Raj Rastogi also
have
joins
such
us.
things.
Yes, yes. Economics teacher at J.D. Tyler School in Delhi. Mr. Rastogi, tell me this. We just heard Anila Singh tell us, and we've heard the HRD minister say that they're doing everything they can to make sure that whoever leaked this paper is taken to task, arrested, and actually, brought to the book. Does that convince you? Because we like the speaker before you said, Deepika Sharma said this is not the first time there have been leak after leak after leak. The government has done nothing about it. The police has done nothing about it. And even in this case, after the CBSE found out there was a leak, they still went ahead and they had the exam. They didn't complain for 2 days. The Delhi police didn't take action for 3 days. Is this all lip service? Do you actually believe that something will be different this time?
Damages, yes. Yeah, damage has already been done. If you see the pattern of the leak, ma'am, the pattern of the leak this time is very different. School received the sealed bundle and they are packed in 3 layers. One is the cloth layer, and then it's a plastic layer, and then the paper layer. And all the 3 layers are totally sealed. So there is no question that the paper is leaked from the school level. And most of the leaked paper are in handwriting. And that is the alarming cause. It means that paper has been leaked from the source of origin. And if this happens, then it's a big question on the integrity of the CBSE.
And of course, Bhavtosh has also given us information that this might have been an inside job. We're going to try and get Bhavtosh on the phone line as well on why his sources tell him that from the investigation that this was an inside job from inside the CBSE. But let me take a couple of phone calls right now. Suresh is on the phone line from Chennai. And I'm going to open this up to my entire panel. Whoever wants to answer, please let me know if you want to answer the question. Suresh from Chennai, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, madam. See, madam, there are different opinions happening on the leaked paper, okay?
Yes.
My opinion is very simple. It has 3 points. First point is very simple. No retest is required as the leak has reached only fewer hands and very particularly around Delhi only. The second point is 10th standard maths mark is used only for admission to standard 11 and not for any other competitive exams. And this happens mostly in their own schools. The point number 3 that I am trying to stress is quarterly mark and half-yearly marks can be cross-compared easily to identify the mischievous students.
Yes. So your point then, Suresh, is that why should the whole country suffer for a leak that took place obviously only in Delhi? Ravi Sharma on the phone line from Ajmer. Ravi, go ahead.
Well, I think this is clearly injustice to the students who have performed well in the exam. I myself have done very good in the economics papers, but now I'm a bit scared about the difficulty level of the re-exam, and I'm quite disappointed. One more thing I want to tell about that there are several other papers have also been leaked, but CBSE has done no action on that. And the most important thing I'm to tell through now that earlier when we used to appear in any board exam,
yes,
there used to be a seal of CBSE in the question paper as well.
Yes.
In the question paper as well. But now the only seal we can see is on the answer sheet. So this is the thing.
Yes, and a lot of students, we understand, across the country are worried that the paper that they'll have to answer now and retake is actually going to be far more difficult than the one that they've already tackled. K. Biswas on the phone line from Pune. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, Faye. Thank you, first of all. And my question is to the BJP spokesperson. Okay, and this is very simple. I have been hearing that there would be only 16 lakh students that they have to go again for the exam. Just multiply that number by 3. The reason being is that 2 parents and 1 teacher behind 1 student. Maybe it's a class teacher or the school teacher, or it might be a private class teacher. Now, this is the number which is going to be affected, which would be more than 50 lakhs, right? Now, this would be just the first effect. Secondly, my question to the spokesperson is that it has been said that we would be doing justice to the students. Now, I don't understand what is the justice here. That they would be giving the re-exam would be the justice, or is it a penalty to the students because without their any fault, these people, all these 56 lakh people have to go under the stress which is already there now. Now, this is my blank question. And what are the actions taken on the people who are really, have done this conspiracy, or probably the leak has happened because of those people, the office bearers? What are they doing?
Yes, in fact, let me bring in Atishi. Let me bring in Atishi of the Aam Aadmi Party, and I'm holding in my hand a tweet by Mr. Manish Sisodia on the 14th of March this year, 2018. We put out a tweet that says, received complaints about CBSE Class 12 accountancy paper being leaked, have asked the Director of Education to investigate, lodge a complaint with the CBSE. Swift action must be taken so that hardworking students do not suffer due to negligence of the CBSE. This tweet is available. It's still online. Everybody can take a look at it. The date is also available. Interestingly, the CBSE dismissed this complaint from a Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, calling it rumours. Atishi, if they had taken cognizance of the complaint then, on the 14th of March, none of this would have happened.
No, absolutely, Faye. This is exactly what I was telling you, that it's not just a question of this specific 2 papers that have got cancelled today. The accountancy paper for class 12 and at least 2 more papers have been circulating on WhatsApp before the exams have actually happened. Now, whether the leak takes place at the CBSE headquarters or whether the leak is taking place from the exam centers, it does not matter. It does not matter because our intent is not to be witch hunting CBSE officials. I think the intent is that we need to strengthen our systems if we want to have public examinations like class 10 and class 12. Because now we are working in an era of technology. We are working in an era where everyone has mobile phones, where everyone has WhatsApp on their phones. So the paper may leak from anywhere. It may leak from one center, but it can reach all parts of the country. And therefore, I think that we really need to think through our systems of examination, our systems of security in this new context.
Absolutely. And let me also tell you, Mr. Manjari, on one hand, when I read out, how this worked, we realized Saturday, Sunday, the CBSE, after receiving a complaint, did nothing. Here's what else happened. Students came out into the street over the last 2 days because their lives are being disrupted in this manner. The CBSE, and look, these are visuals of the office today, took a 5-day weekend. 5-day weekend, there was nobody available in their office. None of them were available. They were all on holiday. This is the level of seriousness at a time when something this serious is happening, Mr. Manjari. This is absolutely unacceptable.
This is not unacceptable but this is a part of conspired crime. What I am right from beginning talking, that it's a big conspiracy and investigation should go there deep into the level and find out the siblings who are the main kingpin over here. Simply arresting some wiki on BK of some classes will not solve this issue. This is a big maniac. And the way political factions speak on the channel, they do not have any concrete answer apart from the stipulated tutored answers, the way they speak. Look at the student, what they are saying. We do not want lectures, we do not want motivational package as has been offered in Man Ka Baat by Prime Minister or maybe today by HRD Minister. They are conspicuously asking, we want justice. In spite of giving lectures to the student, you better concentrate on the state of your governance. You are a governance and manage the administration of CBSE. There is some very big infiltration over there that is happening repeatedly. This crime 2006, we have crime 2011, 2013, repeatedly like a series of bomb blasts, more serious than bomb blasts. This is happening, playing with the young generation of this country. You are doing nothing, but you are conspiring this young generation to go frustrated psychologically that they should not have faith in educational system of this country. That big this whole area is, and nobody wants to take it seriously, giving answer that we are serious, we are giving lectures to the student, we are managing their this thing, that thing. This all things should be stopped. Do the job you are meant for. You are governance, governance should be proper. Now I am worried about investigation. After hearing the app and this Sisodia Saab's tweet and this thing, I am worried about investigation. All these powerful people have the tool in their hand. They can suppress the police officer who will be making correct investigation. Let them confess whether the CBSE's higher posts are politically managed or not, whether these postings are real academic or political posting. They should confess their sin in their mind. There is a time when don't talk of Man Ki Baat, but look into your man, what is going on there. You are committing gross mistakes, Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. HRD Minister. Something is very grossly going wrong right under your nose. Kindly manage it.
You know, I also want to bring in Arundhati ji. You know, it's not just students in India. The CBSE has its centers all across the world. There are students in Dubai, there are students in Abu Dhabi, Indian students all over the world who use this board. What a mess! What a colossal mess.
And the thing is, like, you know, it is financial also. Means, like, you know, psychologically, emotionally, this is distress. But the thing is that even financial burden on the country, conducting the papers and manpower, use of manpower.
Financial burden of the country aside, financial stress, emotional burden on every family. एक परिवार में जब कोई एक बच्चा एग्जाम ले रहा है, बोर्ड एग्जाम ले रहा है, तो उस पूरी परिवार की मतलब एफर्ट होती है उसमें कि उस बच्चे की एग्जाम देखें.
When you have branches in other country, it is like, you know, they will lose faith in our system, our education system. It is like, you know, making fun of CBSE board exam because it is supposed to be giving quality education. Then the big question mark will be there that what type of education CBSE is imparting. That means there is definitely, as Mr. Banzari rightly said, that their appointments of the higher officials who are responsible for this may be politically motivated.
Yes.
Or like, you know, whatever their qualification or whether they are really academicians.
Or if it's an inside job and somebody from within the CBSE is leaking out the papers, which is what the evidence shows us right now, which is what the investigation is pointing at, then why would that person want to take a complaint seriously? Let me take this back to Anila Singh. If Anila Singh can hear me, can you hear me, Anila Singh? I have a question for you. Why was Manish Sisodia's complaint on the 14th of March ignored by the CBSE and dismissed as rumour mongering? This is a deputy chief minister. Shouldn't an investigation have happened then? And if we had investigated then, none of this would happen today.
Faye, it is not about Mr. Sisodia, and I really wish instead just tweeting, he should have taken a little more effort.
No,
and
Anila
he should
Singh,
have come
apparently
out more
he
boldly.
asked the
But I do
Directorate
not
of
want to
Education to
politicize
investigate
this,
and they
I do
lodged
not
a
want to
complaint with the
politicize
CBSE.
it.
Don't
But
make,
please,
let's be
please,
honest,
let me
the
complete.
CBSE is
But
playing
we
politics
cannot-
and did
we
not take this
cannot
complaint
question-
seriously because
we
it came from the
cannot
Aam Aadmi Party.
question
Isn't that what happened, Anila
government's
Singh?
Commitment and dedication for this country. Let me complete.
What are
Please.
you talking about?
I have been asked a question, and I'm at long distance. So let me complete it. I mean, what I want to say. I just want to say here, yes, we cannot deny this fact that, yes, this huge lapse has happened. But at the same time, I can assure you, the people who have brought shame to CBSE, they are going to be dealt with iron fist by Mr. Javadekar. They won't be spared. And I'm pretty sure that very soon CBSE is going to come up with the solution which is going to bring stress level of students, parents and teachers down.
What?
But at the same time, I can say yes. We can't deny the fact that what happened.
Yes.
But now the situation is there. We have to deal with it. And we have to make sure that it doesn't happen again in the future. And we are debating on it. And the way...
Is anyone satisfied? All right, Anila Singh. Are you satisfied with the answer?
No, we are
Now
not at all
again they are going to
satisfied with the answer. Ruling party giving such answer is very ridiculous. We have voted for you, we have selected you as our leaders, and our leaders giving such answers are not convincing at all.
I agree.
Mr. Manjari, are you satisfied?
This is totally irresponsible answers.
Anything
These answers
which I am
will
going to
not.
say
We will
today,
do
madam,
this
it
and
is
we
not
will
going
do
to be
that.
convincing.
Let them at least say. Just a minute, madam. Let them at
but
least
a
say.
gentleman
In
on the
spite of
panel,
saying
he
that
was-
we
he
will
was
do
so
that and we
bitter
will do
about
this.
Prime Minister.
Kindly
I just want to
tell
request,
on
please
national
do not be
channel
so bitter.
that how many such
Do not be
criminals,
so bitter.
how many such people
We have
who
a situation
conspired,
in our hand
you
and we are
arrested
dealing
so
with
far
it.
since
And that is
2006, and how many of them were punished. I am sure you do not have a data. You have more interest in having your dirty politics, whether it is our party or whether it is BJP or whether it is Congress, but you have seems having no interest in the future generation of this country. In front of your eyes, this generation is getting spoiled, and you have no concern, no convincing answer. Simply saying that we will do that. These are the hollow promises, political gimmicks for the sake of advertisement. It is all right, ma'am. This is a propaganda. It's okay. You do it for the sake of your party, but consider this propaganda is not going to help the future of the student. The way you are playing with them, and the way you are trying to spoil the
this
future
is not
generation
a
of
time
this
to
country.
do propaganda. What you have
contribute
done
something,
and what
at
you
least
will be
you
doing.
know,
There are some
say
tough
something
questions
which
that we
brings
have
the
to
stress
ask
level
right now of
students
Anila
little
Singh.
down.
Anila Singh, why does the CBSE chairperson still have her job? It's in a mismanagement like this. At least, the least you could have done, the least the government could have done was remove the chairperson who has obviously not taken any of this seriously. She was on holiday, she had to be brought in. Second question. The announcement was made several days ago that the exam will have to be retaken by all of these lakhs and lakhs of students. Nobody has bothered to give them a date. They don't know if it's going to be this week or next week or a month from now. How inhumane can you be? How are these people and these families supposed to plan? How are these students supposed to study? What sort of colossal mismanagement are we dealing with here? How could the CBSE still not, even today, announce a date of this examination? Nothing. And when our reporter confronted the HRD ministry, he said Monday ko bata denge. Kyun? Kyun? Because it's a long weekend. आप लोगों को छुट्टी लेनी है. How will these children enjoy their long weekend? What are they going to do over this long weekend? Study for an exam that they don't know when they're going to have to answer. Let me bring in Deepika Sharma. Deepika Sharma, what happens to students when you don't tell them?
Chairperson, like she is head.
Yes, don't, please tell me. What? Go ahead. Anila Singh, go ahead. What is your answer?
Yeah. Faye, Faye, beyond doubt, CBSE chairperson, since she is heading this organization, she is responsible. I can't deny this fact and I am not going to refute it. And she has to face the heat.
Why can't
she
you
is
remove him?
responsible.
Or
Today
her?
I am sitting on this panel and I am answering all the questions which are being thrown on me. And even I am, I can understand the plight of the parents and the student, because even I am one of the sufferers. And yes, the date should have been announced. But as they are saying that they will be announced on Monday, we have to wait for that, and she is answerable, and what action will be taken against her.
What do you mean we have to wait? Who has to wait? Why do we have to wait? Someone
Yes,
please
she is
explain to me.
answerable,
No,
and
Anila Singh. Someone explain to me. You said Mr. Javadekar said that he will
okay,
announce the
there is
date on Monday, so we have to wait. Why do we have to wait? Please tell me. Why do we have to wait? Why does this government continue to think that you are kings? You all are not kings. You all are administrators. You all are governors. You can't decide कि मैं Monday को बता दूंगा. Suspense है. Monday तक रुको. बच्चों की बात है. These children are going to spend the next 3-4 days in absolute torture, not knowing whether they are going to have to. What if you show up on Monday and say Friday को exam है? कि अगले Monday को exam है? What about those people who are going through transfers right now because they waited till the end of the year for a transfer? What about those people who've planned holidays? What about those people who are taking entrance examinations for the IIT or for medical science? How are they? Are they going to study for the entrance exam? Are they going to study for this mystery exam that you haven't decided when you're going to hold? क्या बात हो रही है? मजाक समझ के रखा है. Rajni is on the phone line from Mumbai. Rajni, go ahead.
Yeah, so my question is the same, that my husband has left this place, Mumbai, around a year back, and we have stayed only for my son's exam. We have booked our tickets now in business class, to go from here to Gurgaon on 5th. Now the exam date is not decided. We don't have anybody here. I really don't know now how will I come back and make my son write this exam for the second time and only pray that the leak does not happen this time.
Is your son angry, Rajni?
Hello?
Is your son angry?
Oh yeah, he is very angry and he is very upset. It's not just him, but we have stayed away from the family for a year now, only for his 10th class exam. And now we really don't know when the second exam. In fact, there was another issue which had happened in the English paper where the question asked was the wrong question. But that, of course, got, hidden because it's not such a big issue. They said they would give a bonus mark. But CBSE is absolutely making a mockery. I mean, we cannot even trust that somebody is doing a scrutiny of the paper once it is said. And now there is this leak issue. So who is going to bear our expenses and all the stress if you are going to keep? Now we hear some rumors that the exam date will be somewhere after 20th of April. So I'll have to now move back with my son for those many days, make him appear for that exam and, again make him study.
I must remind Anila Singh and everybody else in government of one thing. Anila Singh, children who are answering their 12th standard examination are either already 18 years old or will turn 18 in the next 6 months. You know what that means, Anila Singh? Do you know what that means? It means agle election mein vote dene wale log hai.
Yes, that is why I am saying I can smell a conspiracy here.
Oh, you can smell a conspiracy, can you? Listen, you can't constantly blame somebody else for your own inefficiency. Mistakes. Why was this? If you want to smell a conspiracy, I'll tell you where the conspiracy is. Let me tell you. There was a complaint that the CBSE ignored. There was a complaint that the CBSE could have acted on, but it took 2 Saturday, Sunday off that week and went off and did not bother. The Delhi police did not investigate. You continue to conduct an exam even though you knew the paper had been leaked and it was public knowledge. You did so again with the 10th standard students and then went on to not investigate and drag your feet on it all the way till the 28th when you finally decided, chal sab wapas kar lenge. Now all of these students have their lives disrupted. To make matters worse, at a time when such an important decision was being announced, the entire staff of the CBSE, including the people who are running the system, decided to take a 5-day weekend and disappear. Even now, the CBSE office is completely empty. Now, you cannot sit with your bank vault open and allow for people to steal from you and say this is a conspiracy. Let's also be very clear about the fact investigation shows that this was an inside job, which means there were people inside the CBSE who were handwriting the questions and selling them to those people outside who were running coaching classes. This is obvious, it is apparent, and the people who have been let down, I'm going to remind you one more time, 26 lakh voting members of next year's election. 26 lakh. And their families, like one of our viewers said, one had 2 parents, perhaps grandparents, perhaps an aggrieved older sibling and teachers, which our government should remember. You can no longer treat our students and our education like it doesn't matter. Hold the CBSE accountable. We want to know who is leaking this out, who's making money from this, and we want action immediately. The students are begging you for justice. 18-year-olds standing on the street begging for justice should worry any government. The reaction should have been far better than what is happening right now. And if it's an inside job, it simply points to inefficiency and the fact that this education system has just not been taken seriously. Like someone said on one of the posters that was held up in that protest, the thing that our education system is lacking is education and a system. We take this far too lightly. This is the future of our country. And if you don't want and you don't have the vision to look at the future of the country, at least look at the next election and realize that you are running out of time. Running out of time to be taken seriously, running out of time to actually tell us why you want to be taken seriously. Here's what needs to be done. There needs to be a quick solution, quick communication with these students on how you're fixing the problem. You have to announce the date of the exam. Monday is just not good enough. Tell them earlier, tell them now. The investigation needs to be done properly, not just into this leak, but into every leak that has happened over the last several years. You cannot expect us to believe that you're serious about this leak when you've done nothing about the previous leaks. There would have been fingerprints all over the previous leaks that you didn't bother to even look at. And the CBSE chief must go, I'm sorry. And the HRD ministry needs to introspect as to what you're doing and why so many students are on the streets every day. If you don't act now, you won't have time to be taken seriously before the next election. Thanks for watching.